everyone. This is your Cancer season tarot card reading for this month, and this is all about, your emotions. What's going on with your emotions? What is making you emotional? What's got you in your feels? And some advice on how to get out of it, right? What got you stuck emotionally? Yes, let's go there. What's gotten you stuck emotionally? Like literally can't get over that wave, like you're drowning in emotions. Sometimes, people can't pinpoint it. Sometimes people can pinpoint it, but they don't want to deal with this. They act like they don't know. You know what I mean? They know. Right, and they just bury it down. So, let's look at what got you stuck with your emotions during this Cancer season. And I'm reading this at the time where the sun and the moon and Lilith is in Cancer. I'm done. How y'all feeling out there, Cancers? Happy birthday, happy solar return, happy flight day, happy born day, all that good stuff. How y'all feeling out there, Cancers? Don't be afraid. You can comment below. I'm sure there's other Cancers and other signs alike who can relate, right? So let's get started. We're going to start with Cancers first. About what got you stuck emotionally? What got you stuck emotionally? All right. What's around Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant? This is your tarot reading for Cancer about what emotions got you stuck. Okay? What is the emotion that got you stuck? It's disappointment, Libra. You're disappointed. You're disappointed in yourself. You're disappointed. You're frustrated. You know what I mean? You're like, I didn't get to do what I want to do in enough time, or whatever I got to do, it's not enough time, or like I feel like a halt. I feel like something is, I'm being stopped from moving forward. Like I have to take a rest period, but I don't want to take a rest period. Like I got to look back and restructure things, but I don't want to restructure things because I done did all these things before. And now I got to sit and rethink about things and why this is holding me back and why I can't go forward, and I tried this and it failed, and then I tried this and it failed. So at this point you're just fed up. You're just like, I'm done. There's no even purpose to even go any further anymore. I tried to fly. I tried to do my affirmations. I even stepped out on faith, and I did this because you did step out on faith, okay? But it just like crashed and burned on you. You're like, oh heck nah, this is just too much stress for me right now. This is just getting me all up in my emotions, and more than ever, I can't be creative. Like I don't even know where I'm going. I thought I knew where I was going before. I thought I was knowing where I was going, but now it's just like, I wasn't expecting all this. I wasn't expecting that I needed this, that. I wasn't expecting that it costs an extra this, that, the other. I wasn't expecting for this person to get involved, that person to get involved. I wasn't expecting. So you was trying, okay, and did a wonderful job by jumping off the stairs to get started on your path and what you need to do. But the frustration now is just like, you're done with it, because even if you've stepped off and you start to make 1 step and 2 steps and 3 steps, everything seems to be putting you either stagnant or way back than where you were previously. It's like going back in the game of life when you gotta take like 10 steps back and you're like, oh gosh, I gotta go through this again. So at this time during Cancer season, do not let your emotions overweigh you where you're drowning yourself. You can use your emotions to give you a boost. It's kind of like a boat, how it needs to wave in order for it to move, especially if you have nothing to steer it with or anything, or any power to move it. You're going to rely on pretty much air and water to move you, or wind and the water to move you. So just tap into your emotions real quick, because it is Cancer season. You are allowed just to be like, even get mad at yourself. That's all right. You can get mad at yourself. You be like, but don't beat yourself up. Learn from your mistakes. You know, this is what Sagittarius do. They learn from their mistakes. They go through these experiences in order to gain wisdom, because without those experiences, you wouldn't have wisdom on what to do next. So now you know, right? Now that you know, now you can start to break things off to what you can handle. Don't bite off more than what you can chew. Don't say, okay, I'm gonna drive 2 days in a row without sleep, and you know good and well that you be in bed at 6 o'clock every night. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying, like, don't be realistic about it, unrealistic about it. Give yourself realistic goals and start there. Start small and then start growing from there. Because maybe the first time around you just was like, yeah, I'm out. Without no thought process, without no schedule, without no map, without no GPS, without no nothing. You were just like, yep, done. Jumping on faith, hey. And now you're like, wah, wah, wah. Now you're like, this don't work. No. Go back. Ain't nothing going back to the drawing board, because that's where a lot of lessons I learned from going back. This is where retrogrades come in handy. Go back and see, like, okay, where did I go short? What did I not pack with me? What can make this journey a little bit smoother? If I do this ahead of time, I won't have to worry about this later, and then my journey can be even smoother because I like projected that ahead of time, and I got to cover majority of it. You know what I'm talking about? And then when that time comes, you can pat yourself on the back like, oh yeah, I did put that extra bottle of water underneath that rock. So as I'm going through this desert, I could find this rock that I put a nice little happy smile on it with some raindrops around it, just so I know that that's the rock for me to get my water that's deep buried in the ground, because I projected that I would be going through this desert area about this time. And since, you know what I'm saying, I'm already setting up my situation and circumstances and preparing for all that. Like parents, we get band-aids even though the kids ain't hurt. Why? Because as parents, we know at some point one of these kids gonna get hurt. So that's why parents usually have band-aids, peroxide, alcohol, Tylenol, because anything can happen at any time, and these certain things have to be there just in case. That's the kind of thing you gotta work with. Have a good day and night, Libras, during this Cancer season.